All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're back up here. We're at Franklin GMC and Chevy. We are in Statesboro, Georgia, and it is a beautiful Easter Sunday night. We just got done eating a ton of food. I'm stuffed full. The kids went home, and I decided to come up and walk that off, making a few videos. Today, what we're going to talk about, we are already coming into the end of the first quarter. It's over here. We're end of April, but we are talking about, we're already a quarter of the way through 2025. What is the current best bang for the buck, smartest buy, again, in my opinion, for the midsize? Which one kind of checks most of the boxes, give you most of the features, most of the stuff on here? Where are we sitting at in the element and world of mid-size trucks? And we're at it right here. And it's also the same thing I talked about last year, in my opinion, on here. I think it's the same this year as it was last year. And I do believe it is not only the Colorado, specifically, I think it is the Colorado Trail Boss. And we have two of them here. We have a white one right here, and we have a silver one right here, which I love. This is my favorite color of a Trail Boss there is. This is by far, because of the black package, the way they have it set up, and how the Trail Boss is, in my opinion, on this particular truck. I don't think there is a sexier color than the silver. If I was buying one. Now, we have one, but that's Tina's, and that was her choice. If I would have bought one for me, my ZR2, if I was buying one, it would have been in this color right here. This truck, as we see it, in my opinion, is by far the sexiest version of a truck made today. And that kind of kicks us off as to one of the reasons that I think it is got a lot of character for the bang for the buck. Is it checks a lot of boxes. What boxes does it check? First off, comparing it. When you compare the motor that is in here to the motors in all the other mid-size trucks, this one here is a beast of power in the mid-size world. Okay, the only thing that can even come close to trying to beat it is going to be when you get into the element of the Tacoma with the hybrid, and then you're talking ridiculous amounts of money, and it basically does the same thing that this four-cylinder does. It's in here, 310 horsepower and 430 foot-pounds of torque. Pound-feet of torque in this machine right here. It is an absolute beast, and it's the same that's in the work truck. It's the same that's in every one of these now for 2025. They all get this motor, and it is proving itself to be incredibly solid. GM built it knowing that they were stretching a lot of power out of a four-cylinder, and they made the pots in it real big. They made every component super strong. They built this thing very, very well, and they did a great job on it, and this motor is a heck of a motor, putting out a lot of power. Now, also, if you notice here over the work truck, that Trail Boss has quite a stance to it, and a lift and some attitude to it, okay? The Trail Boss gets you the fender flares, which adds that ruggedness to it compared to this. You're also getting a 2-inch factory lift over this one here, which you can see on there already. Just looking at the front of that thing, you can see that 2-inch lift on there. So even if you're not an off-roader, it's just cut and chiseled and aggressive looking in its design, and it gives that boldness. You get these gorgeous 18-inch wheels that are just super sexy on this package. Very nice, very clean. You get these nice MT, which is multi-traction. Okay, it is not an MT tire, but you get the Goodyear Wrangler Territory MT tire on it, which is a beautiful tire. And again, still rides great and quiet on the road, yet it is a very good off-road type tire on it. Now, you do cut out some stuff with the Trail Boss, such as not getting the fog lights and that kind of thing on there, and we understand that, and it's still halogen lights, but they are easy to change out to LED bulbs, which is not hard to do. But this is a good looking truck package. I actually prefer the hood of this over my ZR2, because my ZR2 has that bigger, even bulkier hood, black scoop on there that's even more annoying. I like this hood actually better on the Trail Boss than I do on my ZR2. I like the clean lines of it, and I love the way this thing is set up. It's very good looking truck, very chiseled truck, very well done truck. You also get a lot of bang for your buck in the Trail Boss comparatively. Remember, this thing gives you side steps, bumper steps automatically on every single one. You get a very good tow number, very good payload numbers. You get very good information in there and stuff like that. You get an excellent bed in the best tie-down configurations of a midsize. One high, one low. One high, one low. Same back here. One high, one low, each corners. Now, the downside to this is we do not get bed lights in these models. You can in some, but you don't get, they're very stingy on their bed lights. Very, very stingy. However, it does come with the automatic G80 rear locker in it already, which is great for many people, especially if you don't want to know when to use a locker, or if you have a Toyota Tacoma or a Nissan Frontier where you have to end up going into 4-low to access your rear locker. You don't have to do that with this. You can use it in 2-high, 4-low, doesn't make any difference. You get access to that rear locker. Once your wheel starts spinning and that rear wheel starts slipping at 100 RPM, boom, it locks the rear end up together and you are gone. And it does an incredible job at it with that G80 rear locker. Plus, you also get, with the Colorado, you get the 4Auto. Okay, on that little dial shifter down there, right down there by the thing, there is 4-high, 4-low, 2-high, and 4Auto. 4Auto gives you the amazing capability in the wintertime of just clicking it in 4Auto and leaving it there the whole entire time, all winter long, and anytime it senses any wheel slip, boom, it kicks in 4-wheel drive and saves you. Okay, you don't have to do it. It does it all for you. This is a plug and play, step on the gas and go, never worry about nothing kind of a truck. And it gives it to you, all of this stuff that you're getting, for an incredible price. Okay, when we look at this, this is a pretty decked out one here as far as what you're getting. I mean, it gives you most of the stuff already in it to begin with. All right, and when you come in, the only option on this is the tires for $500, but you're at $42,000 for a window sticker price, not out the door, not a street price, which is going to be thousands less. You know, you're going to be in the 30s for this. You'll be in a $30,000 range for this truck, somewhere in that mid to upper 30s for this truck, especially as more of these 25 start rolling off the lot. That's an incredible price to get 4Auto, to get a rear locker, to get it to be an auto rear locker, to get a 2-inch lift from the factory, to get the design, to get the chiseled factor, to get the really good tires on it, to get the super nice wheels, to get all the stuff that you're getting with this truck. For the price, it really is hard to beat. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not a Colorado snob by any means. You know that. I own a Gladiator as well, too, and I'll take my Gladiator over the ZR2 any day. But I love the truck. I also love the Ford. The Tacoma's growing on me, even though I won't buy a Toyota. I don't care for Toyota as a company, but the truck itself is not bad. Little on the pricey side, but not bad. Okay, and the Nissan Frontier, you guys know I love it. I absolutely love the Frontier. The Frontier is an amazing truck. Where, again, this is checking all the boxes. What does the Frontier check? Reliability, long-term reliability, and it checks that one very well. And then that's the key thing to that. Robustness and long-term reliability are the factors that the Frontier checks. The Ranger's a good truck. It's got a brand new motor for 2025, therefore it kind of drops to the bottom of the list. Even though it's still a 2.3 and it was out in the Mustang last year, it's a brand new motor. So that one is now, boom, drops right off to the bottom of the list automatically by default because of a new unproven motor. The Tacoma, climbing the ladder very, very well. The Gladiator is my favorite truck made for what I do, but I understand that what I do is not what everybody else does. And it may not work for you. It may not be the truck for you. This one, I think, is the check every box truck. Let's cover it real quick. Break it down before we end it. Wicked, super crazy, insane power, free. 4Auto, free. 2-inch lift, free. Rear locker that you don't have to engage or fight with 4-low, or you can use it in 2-high, 4-high, and 4-low, free. Everything you want, free. Best tie-down system in the back end, included. Often you also get the amazing Stow Flex, which I would make sure I do. This one does have it. The Stow Flex tailgate right there, where you can open that up and have access to all that storage in there. And I've shown it in other videos. I'll link some stuff, some reviews of these at the end. Free, included. Beautiful system, great interior, everything about this truck just screams amazing, and the price checks the box flawlessly. And this step right here is one thing I wish I had on my, I wish my ZR2 had this. I mean, this step right here is incredible. I do not have that because I have a ZR2, and I don't know why they don't give it to us, something about clearance, but I would much rather have that there. I would use that all the time. Love that, and it's part of it already. Again, everything included in it. The beautiful 18-inch wheels, these tires, yeah, they're a $500 upgrade, but a $500 upgrade for the tires on here, these are only $500 to upgrade on a Chevy. Do you know how much the comparable Nitto tire is on the Tacoma through Southeast Toyota distributors? To get the similar tire from them on your Tacoma, they charge you $1,700, $1,699 to put those on there, and they keep your old tires. Here, Chevy, $500, put them on, done, just like that. So in my opinion, winner again for 2025, in my opinion, is the best all-round mid-size truck. This takes it for me. I think it's there. The only knock, we don't have LED headlights, but I can tell you from running these on now, from doing this on 2 Ram trucks, doing it on my Jeep that I have now, and doing it on an F-150, and doing it on my my Jeep, what's the little one, the Renegade. Amazon LED bulbs like you get from Last Fit, from Sea-Light, Hikari, any of those ones on Amazon are like $50, the LED replacement bulbs. They work fantastic in these housings, and they do an incredible job. They are plug and play. They're $50, $80, maybe even $100. And I had them on my Toyota Tacoma too, my 2022 Tacoma. They work excellent, so you can upgrade. And honestly, I would almost rather have that than the LED ones, because if you go smashing up the front end on a truck that's got LED headlights today, and you're gonna pay $2,000 to $5,000 per LED headlight, that gets old real quick. Where a halogen one of these replacements, you can buy that on, you can buy that right through Chevy for that fixture is like $100, and then you can put the bulb in it, so it's much more affordable to mess with. So again, a lot of boxes checked on here. Fog lights doesn't have any. That is definitely a bummer, but there's also places here where you could mount your own and put some pretty cool ones on there if you wanted to, especially little square ones from Rigid and stuff like that. You could figure that out and tuck those in right in here and do some pretty neat things with them. And there's options for you if you wanted to. It's not a deal breaker. In my opinion, best bang for the buck, 2025 mid-size truck, gets you the most you're looking for right here. And you can have it all for, like I said, somewhere in that upper 30s range, and that makes it a absolute beautiful, beautiful buy as far as I'm concerned. So questions, comments, agree, disagree, whatever you want to do, put it down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching.